SMC is going to be Panda's choice. We're going to cast this thing, and the gates are opening in 5. Looking on both sides, we're seeing maze, which is very common here.
And it's all about getting a good first wall. You want to be stalling for time, certainly forcing them to walk around, change their positioning, but the best one, wall into charge kill. Still one of the most satisfying things in this game. So wall gonna come up immediately for Polly on the side of Shoes Money Crew, but they have to capitalize too. Yes, and the Rhine is down.
Yeah, Mod's gonna get first blood of this match, and the rest will follow. HSL not gonna do much on this first point take. At least they've got 8 seconds to come back before the point opens.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a consolation prize at the end of a disappointing rainbow of a fight. HSL, they are going to have to make their way onto the point again, and breaking through these chokes. We've talked about it earlier, but Mecha Base really plays into this Mei style. Wall out for Tech 36, and there we go, 1 out for Polly.
You know exactly, this is exactly a great example of why that wall is so good. Isolated 2 members, were able to slow them down with that endothermic blaster. You know, no kills, but definitely got in their heads a little bit. Shoes Money Crew, Barbie getting taken down very low, somehow still stays alive. Mod's in the same exact situation, gonna have to use that rally right away, and he does just that. Rally coming from Sardis on HSL as well. They're getting close to their ultimates, but they're a little bit further behind than Shoes Money Crew. Both, though, getting close to the Graviton Surge. The Earthshatter is going to be the first thing that we see from JK Lol on this Reinhardt, and it looks like the Zenyatta will be getting the first kill, slurring it up there. 65, oh, actually way less than 65. I was looking at that Transcendence check bar, looking over at this kill feed. It looks like we got a fragging Zen.
Oh yeah, making McFlurry slurry right there with Polly's Blizzard. Shoes Money Crew, they know when to press their advantage, holding super aggressively at this choke, get that first wall out, and then, hey, when it doesn't work, they actually bought themselves enough time for JK to rejoin them. They take the fight on the objective, make use of that Blizzard, and HSL really had no way to win that fight.
Yeah, but A10 does have the grab. The Earthshatter is there as well, along with the Blizzard. So Graviton Surge is coming from both sides. Blizzard going to be coming out from HSL. Transcendence is going to try to keep Shoes Money Crew alive for as long as possible. That's exactly what we're going to see as the Blizzard only freezing 2, and that's going to be the man Reinhardt on Shoes Money Crew. The Sound Barrier coming out from both sides, hammering down as well. One's going to be a little bit more effective than the other, and that is going to be JK Lols. Something that we said at the beginning of this game, where we talked about A10 as a rising star, there's one on SMC2, and his name is JK.
JK, not just there for just kidding, there for the charge kills as well. Usually the Reinhardt that shatters after does get a better shot, especially when their Lucio is also beating that ultimate, but Shoes Money Crew had such better positioning, and JK Law taking advantage of that opportunity, getting that charge kill in, and now overtime happening. HSL have no ults.
And so the Maywall does go up, going to try to isolate the Brigitte, and Moz does go down, but trade's going on both sides. That Zenyatta kill onto Hedan, though, might be a little bit better. Shoes Money Crew letting that snowball now, and Slur getting on at the kill feed once again. This guy is crazy! Shoes Money Crew will have that Earthshatter available if they need it. The Maywall is just going to be annoying at this point. They do secure it 100-0. SMC starting off strong.
Jonak kind of really paved the way for DPS Zens. Slur here on Shoes Money Crew, great Zenyatta's.
Replacing Tri-Spear.
Right, yeah, yep. This is not tiny shoes to fill, right? These are like size 26 Shaq sneakers. So Slur really doing amazingly right now. And HSL, they're also, you know, a great team, been playing together for quite some time, have top talent, but you need to start seeing those decisive engagements once again. We have to remember very early on, they downed that Reinhardt, but he was able to actually get back with the rest of his team before HSL really made a move or got a kill.
Exactly. What I'm looking at right now is HSL, Chubbs, rocking that Wrecking Ball. I just wanted to, there's so much synergy there. Just going to put that out there. Yeah. Just the name along with Wrecking Ball. Anyway, going back to the game, the gates have opened, and they're going to adjust some things. They didn't see something that they wanted to see, so they're going to try to change things up, and that's exactly what they're doing in Spawn, as we're gonna see Polly go on to that Sombra. We saw last game with Spots is how effective Sombra could be.
Especially against a Pharah. Sombra's hit scan, and hey, even though she has extra boost, if you're hacking that bird, she's not very much flying. So close.
Unfortunately, the only 2 characters on the field that might be able to save themselves from that boop do just that. But again, getting into their heads, you got to keep them on their toes. The Sardis going to get a great direct onto Gustav, so no Lucio available for Shoes Money Crew, and for the first time so far here on Busan, they're showing a little bit of weakness.
Yeah, but JK still manages to get the kill on Stardust, but with a Mercy online, once she gets back in game, HSL will have their full 6. For right now, though, it's a little bit more of that stall game because they haven't quite flipped it. There we go. Finally, they do maintain control of this point. 16% to Shoes Money Crew, but they're going to be coming back with tons of ultimates, in particular Slur's Coalescence. So that's actually, a really big one for combating the anti-air pharmacy.
Yeah, I'm going to be we're going to talk about why we're choosing Moira in this comp here probably at the end of the round with Panda. But at first, when you see this, it's like, oh, there's a Tracer, there's a Sombra. Who are you actually healing that is close by? It doesn't seem to matter. If it's going to be you're getting your Coalescence, that's going to be the opening that Shoes Money Crew really needs. HSL is going to be taken and down by that Coalescence. 2 kills coming from Slur. This guy might actually have the most frags on the team so far.
I would say so. It seems like everybody else on Shoes Money Crew is just running interference so that Slur can find these kills. And what a great way to use Coalescence. You literally down 2 birds with 1 ultimate, took out the entire pharmacy composition. But HSL heading back in here, going to have both the Valk and the Trance. So if nothing else, they can buy themselves a lot of time. And that Trance going to be especially important against Polly's EMP. That's who this Sombra is going to be seeking out. If she can get the hack onto the Zen first, that's going to be a massive advantage.
That's good to see. A10 getting the kill onto the D.Va. So HSL have an opportunity to try to get this point back. 3 people are hacked for HSL. And Trey's actually coming from both sides. Polly did go down in that fight. 3 down on both sides, but HSL is going to own the point for now.
There are more members of Shoes Money Crew alive, though it's only going to be a matter of time before they flip this back. Oh, Chose! They see me rolling, but he was just a little too late. He himself stays alive. Buys actually a space for Tech to get that kill onto Slur.
Oh, this might clip him. Okay, it did clip him, but the one that does go down is the Mercy. That's an even better kill. The EMP going to grab 3 on Shoes Money Crew. That Pulse Bomb is stuck onto the Zenyatta, so really good individual play from Shoes Money Crew to try to maintain this objective. They do take a casualty, but it's not enough coming from HSL Esports to really compete here, as the kills coming from Shoes Money Crew look like they're going to be enough.
It's so overwhelming right now. HSL, they have a Valk to spare. They pop the Infrasight too, but that's not going to translate automatically to kills. And FD God falls down to his death. JK still gets that jump credit. And Shoes Money Crew right now are playing this defense perfectly. You see how split up they are. Even when A10 was on that Sombra, he wasn't really able to get any value from everybody on Shoes being clustered up. And now, nary a few seconds left. HSL, they can touch, but all they have is a rally.
Well, they're going to use that rally to get on to the point. Shoes Money Crew's going to have that sound barrier. Slur's going to have Coalescence as well. This is going to be a tough battle for HSL, especially since they do not have their Lucio anymore. Tech 36 is hacked, so no defense matrix. That's not going to keep Slur from getting another kill on that Coalescence. EMP now coming from Shoes Money Crew will get 4. The only one that didn't get clipped was FD God, who's coming back from spawn. And HSL is going to be taking the L here on Busan. Shoes Money Crew just need to clean it up, Pam.
And they do so with some industrial strength coalescences. Just
Yep.
saying, fire hosing all of HSL down. What a great play. What a great Moira play from Slur. A hero that's, fallen out of vogue a little bit these days with GOATs. But Slur, again, it's not just about playing the strongest heroes or your favorite heroes. It's about knowing what role do I fill on this team. My goal is to stay alive, pump out as much heals as possible, get coalescence as fast as possible. Because when you're running, a dive GOATs composition, there's not a ton of damage to be found. So coalescence provides a crucial early power spike because it charges so fast.
Yeah, and so we're going to talk about that Coalescence a little bit more, but first we're going to take another break. We'll be back very, very soon. Welcome back, everybody. Quick break like we promised. But now we're going to talk about that team composition that we saw from Shoes Money Crew, that Sombra, doing some work. But the thing that I really want to talk about is the Moira. A lot of times we see Moira as the ultimate tank healer. Quad tank happened because Moira was in the game, being able to heal all of that so quickly, getting that coalescence so fast. But there's a Sombra and a Tracer and a Lucio on this team. What was the Moira offering, Panda?
Well, the Biotic Orb, you're definitely right. It definitely lands a good hand in burst healing tanks. Not even burst healing, I'm sorry, just chronic healing in a very enclosed space. But what Moira brings to the table when the enemy team does have a Sombra, when the EMP comes through, if you just corral around the Moira, when Moira is even hacked, still finds a lot of good healing. That primary fire, healing multiple targets in a very enclosed area, that's where you find most value out of Moira. It doesn't bring all the utility in the world, but in that composition against a Sombra, means everything.
You're crucially going to be able to keep yourself up. Moira is very difficult to dive, very difficult to take down solo, right? Whether as a Sombra or whether as, a Winston, her healing is going to be matching the damage that you're doing with your Tesla cannon. So Shoes Money Crew, they're really solidifying their backline with that Moira pick. And now as we move on into King's Row, we may see a little bit of Moira, but you still get so much value from the Transcendence. And Slur, again, wow. Finding cross-map volleys, being almost a tracer in the way that he can finish off the kills for Shoes Money Crew, actually confirm those frags, which is crucial.
Well, we saw it just a little bit. He actually got to play the game there in that last round, probably from that triple kill on Mecha Base. But now we're here on King's Row. This is a map that every team knows like the back of their hand, and that's why I think it kind of lends itself to really good competition. So Slur already impressing. Tri-Spear were some big shoes to feel. To feel. That's funny. To fear. Oh my God! To fill,
you fear to fill those shoes.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because
exactly.
It's such a huge hole. But Slur right now has been performing more than competently. HSL now on the attack. They themselves, though, have the chance. Again, they can set the pace here. A10, he hasn't really had a chance to shine so far because HSL haven't really gotten any clean, full six-man engages. But on King's Row, especially this first point, this is where Zarya's are crucial. Got to get her up to high energy very quickly. But at the same time, you also want to make sure you're saving your ally bubble to keep your Reinhardt up.
Just for you guys at home, HSL did not win that last map. Shoes Money Crew is up 1-0 right now. We'll get that fixed in just a second, as the Reinhardts are seeing each other right now. One shield is worse than the other, and that's actually JK, who's going to be taking down that shield a little bit sooner, and you're actually seeing Chubbs with a little bit higher of an Earthshatter charge. These Reinhardts need to make contact with that hammer. It's hard to do when you're dead. JK is going to get taken advantage of, and Bounce is going to go down as well, at least by his own hand, I guess. The Shoes Money Crew absolutely getting destroyed here on the first point of King's Row. HSL going to be well prepared for Streets Phase 2.
Oh, that is a bevy of ultimates that HSL are coming in on, and Shoes Money Crew, they're running at what first glance seems like the regular Ghost composition, but they're actually running triple support, no Brigida. So you lose a lot of that frontline brawling ability as much as you gain healing. So it's really on the proactivity of your Ana to get early bio-nades, force some positioning, because you can't really brawl the same alongside the Brigida as HSL Esports can.
HSL coming up at 6 ultimates. The Self-Destruct and Earthshatter are going to be lagging behind, but they'll have those before this next fight takes place. Shoes Money Crew have what they need to make sure that to take the 6 ultimates, because they've got that Transcendence. They also have that Nano if they want to make someone, be a little bit bigger, try to get those kills. Jake is going to be the one that's going to be Nano. The charge onto the Reinhardt is going to end up helping him go down, as Shoes Money Crew do get this defense. It is a 6v5. HSL are running away quickly.
Well, even with the Trans, the burst, the focus was just too much. Chubbs goes down, and HSL can't even exist in that choke without that big stationary shield. So while they have plenty of ults on the line, they will now be missing that Transcendence. Shoes Money Crew, they're going to be charging ults like the quickness, though. They're already in the back foot, but they do have that positional advantage. If you get a good anti-nade in here, could force HSL Esports back.
Yeah, A10 does have 100 energy, so he's going to be able to rip through any shield barrier sure that he wants to. So the Graviton Surge is going to come out. Does JK have that shield? Yes, I love what he did there. Almost feigned the fact that he had the shield. The Earth Thunder is going to be coming down. The particle barrier and the sound barrier is going to be enough to keep them all alive. He's going to get the first blood of this fight for HSL. This is the opening they need to try to get back onto this payload. 2 kills now for HSL Esports. This is done. Shoes Money Crew are going to have to try again.
HSL used every ultimate they had, but it got mad value too. Everybody's shopping from Costco on this team. They know what's good when they see it. And A10 going to be 65% up to yet another grab. And the best news is Keaton will have that trance. What you really want to try and shoot for as a team playing GOATS is having one of those support ultimates up at any time. Sure, it may not guarantee a win, but at least you're going to have a chance here. And Shoes Money Crew right now are holding at a big goose egg in terms of defensive ults.
Yeah, it's the difference between having resources and not having them and how you utilize them, as they're going to go ahead and invest the Graviton Surge right now. Shoes Money Crew is the charge kill is there onto Sardis, but is it enough for Shoes Money Crew to get this defense going? The Reinhardt and D.Va are getting taken pretty low. The D.Va is D-maxed, so this is this is another fight that Shoes Money Crew should win and are winning.
Yeah. HSL, it's so hard. It's one of those two things. We see it all the times in Contenders. If you lose your Rhine, that's an absolute death sentence. If you lose your Brigitte, that's like terminal cancer, right? You know you're probably going to be losing out on this fight eventually just through lack of sustain. So Shoes Money Crew holding really well now. They have Polly on that Brigitte, will have that rally on hand, so things really evening up for these two teams. HSL, they still have plenty of time in the bank, so probably Graviton Surge out, D.Va Bomb over the rooftops could catch Shoes Money Crew off guard. And even with a trance, that might not be enough to save them from a self-destruct.
Yeah, this is a good spot to try to hold on that defense. And so when you're looking, when you're looking to hold here on Streets phase, you either do it at the very beginning or the very end. The Shoes Money Crew is looking to do it right here, right before point 2, where we've seen a ton of pushes get stopped.
Yeah. Can't hold your breath though, folks, because we are experiencing a little bit of a technical issue. Thank you so much for tuning in, bearing with us. We're going to go to a quick break. Be right back after this.
All right, my friends, we are back live, and unfortunately, we did miss the point take for HSL Esports, so they were able to grab that second point. We have 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. We are mid-fight right now as HSL are turning the corner with 5 ultimates. The Earthshatter from Chubbs does go down, but will it find value? The answer is no, as he goes down instead. Good Diva self-destruct from Barbie, who's been awkwardly quiet so far for Shoes Money Crew.
You know he has things to say, but his mouth has been taped shut. He hasn't really found a self-destruct kill until this very moment. But hey, what a time to come alive, though. That is exactly what Shoes Money Crew needed, because beyond that self-destruct and Slur's trance, they got nothing. Close to the rally and close to the Graviton Surge, but there's no prize for most improved because HSL Esports already have 4 ultimates. Popping that rally now. A-Town searching for that grab.
Yeah, they want to be aggressive, and that's a great idea. A10 going to get the kill onto Polly, so the Brick's not going to be there. Slur is going to use that Transcendence. They're running. Shoes Money Crew are running out of ultimates right now. JK has one of the last ones. Polly is coming back, but they're going to have to wait for a full reset on the defense at this point as HSL continuing the crawl to the end of the map.
Oh man, Shoes Money Crew, more like Shoes Broke-Ass Crew. They only got the Shatter. They only have that rally. And HSL, they not only have both that trance and the sound barrier, but they're coming up on that Shatter. So this is looking very deadly for Shoes. They pop that rally. Is it going to be enough cushion?
The Earth Shatter is going to knock Polly onto the ground, but the healing is there, but not for long. Is A10 going to get another kill onto Polly? This is exactly how that last fight started. HSL were the victors of that last fight. The stuns are done. HSL has the barriers. Shoes Money Crew losing the people, but a really good kill onto Sard is going to try to bring things back for Shoes Money Crew, who do have that spawn advantage, but the advantage is not going to be available to them as round 1 complete. HSL do finish the map.
Boop, it just felt like Shoes Money Crew never could make up that distance, right? You know when you're running after the bus and it's already kind of taking off and then you start tripping, but you're still able to run, but your body's falling more and more and more. Eventually, boom, you just hit the ground. That was kind of like Shoes Money Crew's entire defensive round. They would hold here and there, they would get a good grab, they would get a good shatter, but then they would have nothing else left in the bank. And by the time HSL have already, saved up all of their ultimates, Shoes Money Crew, they can only bluff. They only got fumes in the tank. So now they got to set quite the pace on their own attack. Remember, they looked pretty good on the defense. It was a little bit of a back and forth jockey, but after they gave up that point A, it was a shambles of a defense. So what they're lacking on the defensive side, they now got to make up on their attack.
They strike me as a team who might do a little bit better on the attacking side in general. And the reasoning is just like how the style of play that we saw in Busan, how they're able to take advantage of what HSL gives them. They take it and then they let that momentum go. If they're unable to grab momentum, we saw it on that defense, it's really, really hard for them to put up any type of fight.
Shoes does seem like a somewhat, momentum-based team, and they have their own destiny in their hands. That's the good thing about being on the attack. You can be as aggressive, as calculated as you want, right? Because HSL, they'll have to meet you regardless. They have to hold their ground, but you can choose, what route of engagement. And I don't know about this kind of quad DPS. There we go. I'm finally starting to learn from my debates. But Polly on the Brigitte, JK on the Reinhardt, no surprises here. Again, it's going to be about getting the most of these heroes. On the defense, though, we have Hedon back on Boopasaurus's favorite Ana.
Oh man, I know Hedon as an Ana player. There's so much Zenyatta recently. Hedon was one of the first people I saw throw a grenade from a long distance to get people at spawn way back when. Huge fan, big fan, my friend. Chubb's gonna get stunned, but and A10's gonna go down at first, so Chubb's unable to protect the rest of the team. 3 kills quickly coming from Shoes Money Crew. Let's see how they take this momentum.
Oh, Slur Euchre, look at that again. Getting the opening kill, right? As much as we praise these Zenyatas for their incredible mechanical skill, it's not too often that you actually just see the opening kill go to a Zen. And look at this, 91% up to that trance. That is how well he has been tossing out that damage. So HSL now, hey, things have definitely flip-flopped. They are now Shoes Money Crew trying to hold here at this choke with not an ultimate to their name.
Oh, the particle barriers for the Reinhardts coming from those Zaryas are down. That's important because it's one less thing to protect them from. Really good Transcendence right there to try to counter an Earthshatter. Slur's going to keep the rest of the team alive. JK's Earthshatter will be going through. They actually, Shoes Money Crew unleashed the Earthshatter. The Trans was there as well, and that's exactly why we're seeing this attack continue.
As as good as that attack was, though, they did kind of get a little bit too eager. She was like, oh my god, let's scoop up all of these free dollars, right? But HSL actually had their Lucio and Baby Diva stalling on the cart the whole time.
It's like when you're in one of those money tunnels. Have you ever been lucky enough to do that? You're just grabbing, and most of the time you miss, right? But sometimes you'll grab that hundo, right?
So Shoes Money Crew, although that was a decisive fight, they're still trying to make up some of that distance. The cart just now making it to the halfway point on Streets, but they're not going to be too worried. Mouse has a grab, and he wants to use it.
And so the Graviton Surge is going to be coming down. Just holding onto that Earthshatter fort now. The Self-Destruct not going to find anybody. The Earthshatter a little early actually misses the Diva because of the re-effect. Self-Destruct now coming from HSL does get Gustav, so they're going to be coming up on top of this fight. They had to invest their ultimates as well. Hedan still has Transcendence, but they were having a hard time on their defense. They do get it. They take their momentum away from SMC.
I just want to say, what a boop setup. What a boop setup into a self-destruct kill. And that poor Reinhardt just rocketed into space. It's like, well, guys, it's just the end of the road for me. So HSL are able to finally put their foot down, and not a moment too soon. They still got 4 minutes left on the clock, and they have to keep that in mind, having finished with less than a minute themselves. So Shoes Money Crew, they're coming back in here. Slur has the trans, so there's no need to really chunk out the damage, but he's going to do it anyways.
JK has an Earthshatter of his own. The last one was pretty effective. Well, this one be as well. The Defense Matrix is going to be used from the Diva. Remember, it's the new 2-second one, so most people either use all of it or just don't even use it until they hear those ultimates come out. A10 does have that Graviton Surge. It's going to throw it out just in time. And the Graviton Surge, this is, oh my god, isn't the 70s, my friends? That was both cool and exciting and a little discombobulating. The Earthshatter going to be coming down from the side of Shoes and Money Crew as well. They're going to find a little bit more value. Oh my goodness, my friends. Sound barrier now from HSL. This is a brawl on the payload, and Tech has been isolated from the rest of the team. Has to use the self-destruct to get out of there. Does escape with their lives, so is going to be able to get back into the mech and contest on this payload, Ham.
Yeah, HSL still trying to keep this fight alive. Woo! Shoes Money Crew, I don't know what they were doing right there. Maybe calling in someone from the AV club, because that was a cluster of colors, but they will capture this point B. And Mao's ready with his Graviton Surge. He just wants to show somebody who's boss, gets a melee kill onto Chubbs. And HSL running out of options a little bit here. Just that face-to-face brawl has not been working for them.
Well, and they don't seem to be adjusting to try something differently, right? So they keep going at it the same way because it worked in the past, but it's not working right now. As Shoes Money Crew still have 3 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock to make it to the end.
Yeah, it seems like an eternity, but King's Row is one of those more difficult third points to push. Hedan holding on to that Transcendence. He cannot get caught by JK's Shatter. He's still a ways away from it. The bigger current threat is going to be Mouse's Graviton Surge coming up here. Hedan smashed Q multiple times before.
Oh, the Graviton Surge was eaten by Tech 36, so they're not going to find anything from that. The self-destruct is going to be coming out from Barbie. Will he be finding anything? No, the remake does happen, and he's going to be very, very low. The sound barrier not going to be doing much either for Shoes Money Crew, but it doesn't matter because the kills are going to be there instead. As HSL do go down, A10 will be coming back with the Graviton Surge. They invested their Transcendence in this last fight, but I do think they're going to be able to come back and defend.
Yeah, A10, he's going to have grab, but very, very little energy and not too many bodies to help him build that. Reinhardt needs to find his way out. There we go, charge kill out, but Chubbs needs to stay alive.
Another eaten grab. This time Barbie's going to go to the buffet himself, and the Earthshatter going to be coming out from a JK. They're going to get the kill onto Chubbs, so no big shield, no Reinhardt for HSL. Stardust was stunned, and they did take her down because of that self-destruct out, trying to even things out. No Slur for Shoes Money Crew, but it doesn't seem like they need him at the current moment. Probably going to use that rally. Self-destruct available for Barbie if they really need to get that last couple meters on the payload. The Wrecking Ball doing what we all do in solo queue. It worked for us, probably won't work for this Wrecking Ball. Chubb's going to be going back to spawn here very shortly. Shoes Money Crew do need to clean this up.
And time to kill can become an issue here with the advantage of the defensive spawns, but now they got their own rodent running circles, and there we have it. Slur helping chip in on another hero in another role. Who knew? This guy's so multi-talented.
Multi-dimensional player, right? You know, I even bet he's even good at the sports psychology part of it. You know? Just like he talks to everyone, it's like...
Reads tons of books.
Yeah,
right.
The reason why your aim is bad is because your brain is not healthy.
Gotta do a cleanse, a lot of leafy greens, right? Get some more iron in
Yep,
your
he
system.
probably does his own ASMR videos as
Very
well.
likely,
you know?
very likely, yeah. Shoes Money Crew, though, they're going to be, they're hoping for a little bit more than just some relaxing sounds to carry them, though. They have 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock, which eclipses HSL 100 times. So, this is an uphill battle for HSL right now. It's always a question when you don't know where the buck stops, right? Can we push a little bit more? Is it better to be on the cart? Is it better to push forward? Can we get more distance? Because that is what HSL are hoping for in this attacking round. Because when they're done, it's going to be time to defend the path that they've paved. Right, and so if it's a tiny, short, dinky path, there's not going to be so much to work with.
What a word, dinky, by the way. It's a wonderful word. Describes so much. Very impactful. Anyway, so now going back to this attack from HSL. They only have a minute. Shoes Money Crew did work on HSL on their attack, so HSL try to give Shoes Money Crew a little bit of their own medicine, but Shoes Money Crew did struggle a little bit more on the defensive side. How is this going to go? HSL really wants it to go their way. Is Tech going to do a little bit of scouting around the statue to make sure that, hey, we're going up against the comp that we thought, and that's exactly what we're going to see is both teams running that GOATS composition. JK, though, very, very low already. This is a huge opening for HSL Esports to grab this first point. Last match, we saw a team get 5 points after doing this exact same thing on point A. So they're going to have a little bit of time, kind of. It takes so long for this payload to get out of the garage, though. It will be overtime before they're able to try to get the 5th point.
Yeah, the cart's an older model, takes a while to start up, I'm guessing, but that's going to give HSL time to build up more on their ultimate charge. It was such a clean fight, it was almost too clean, because nobody really has any ultimates to speak of, except Hedon. Now we start to see HSL Zenyatta eclipsing Slur in terms of that trans charge, which is going to be crucial, because HSL, they don't have any time. It's going to be an overtime push. They have to keep everybody alive as long as possible through whatever means.
This helps the defense a lot because it eliminates a lot of other strategies that might be coming to play here on Street Space. They know exactly where the team's going to be. One person will be on the payload. They have to be. HSL trying to extend this overtime push even more than they should. A10 is going to get that first kill. It's a 6v5. Gustav going down. That is a huge kill for HSL Esports, opened up by A10, the future star of Europe, I think. And so the Graviton Surge will be going down with him, but the rest of HSL still alive. A10's going to make it back to that payload.
He wants to chip in, throw out that Graviton Surge, help his team. It has been a little bit of a quiet road for this player right now. We know his highs can be so sky-soaringly grand. So this Graviton Surge, the Diva Bomb coming up next, that could open things up. All HSL need is one pick to keep this ball rolling. That's what they are going to be looking for.
So those wheels are continuing to roll. This is a good spot for Shoes Money Crew to get this defense going. They have 5 ultimates. Gustav hopefully will get to that sound barrier unless he doesn't go it down, as Barbie's going to throw that self-destruct. The Graviton Surges are out too. 1 kill going each way. 1 Zarya, 1 Diva. That's pretty much even for both sides in terms of trade. So this is a 5v5 on the payload. Barbie is going to try to come back. No, Barbie does go down. Chubb's going down as well. So HSL, or actually going to get the kill. So HSL going to be ahead for the time being. Tech going down. This is still a back and forth fight. Sound barrier not going to be hitting everybody. Gustav is going to have to use it for himself, and that's pretty much it, as Polly's going to use that rally. Transcendence coming out from HSL as well. So the ultimates are all going to be depleted here in just a second, but the payload is still active.
Payload stuck here like a clog in the toilet, but the charge comes through. Gustav picks up the kill onto Chubbs. Now HSL functioning with no shielding whatsoever. There's a Hammond here. Can A10 pull off a miracle stall? No. Mouse throws out that grab just for style points, and that will be where the buck stops.
Hey, that wasn't just style. That was called, that was securing it, right? Unless being secure is a style, which it could be, using that Graviton Surge just to make sure you get the win there is so big. Well,
get it fast.
Well,
right?
Not even the win, though, because, that's a little bit of a recency bias from us, right? It's like, oh, they stopped him at that push, but they also gave up point A really quickly, and, they gave up some distance going towards that 5th point.
Both teams, kind of running these paper-thin defenses. It's been really interesting. It just goes to show, what makes a strong offensive Ghost team doesn't necessarily translate to the receiving end, right? Because neither HSL nor Shoes Money Crew able to really, put up any decisive holds. So now all Shoes Money Crew got to do is take their time bank, nearly twice that of HSL, and maneuver that cart into the golden box of victory. One route, of course, is just going to go tried and true, right? Pump your resources into JK. He's been playing an outstanding Reinhardt. Pump your resources into Barbecue. You know, you could even just sit back, you know, give Slur the space to find those headshots, right? There's multiple options for Shoes Money Crew right now. HSL, though, they are in a very tricky spot. They want to hold on point A as best as they can, but of course, they can't assume that they're going to be able to full hold a team like SMC. So are we going to be using every ultimate that we have here? Grab, bomb, and shatter? We've seen it work for teams before. It worked out for side effects here and there, but they're probably going to have to also be keeping at least half of the brain tuned into what might be coming long game.
And so we're actually going to see them take the objective super fast. I love the aggressiveness there, using the amp it up to get a really good direction going, circled around HSL, and HSL are going to be going back to spawn. That was beautiful. When you're looking back at game tape of things that went well, that is one of those.
It was a surgical move from Shoes Money Crew right there.
It was like I got shivers like seeing it, right? That was intentional 100%. That was great.
Yeah, no, my palms just burst into, you know, 2 pools of sweat right there. It was so cool because you expect the Reinhardt mind game. You expect to just be posturing, shielding, and suddenly, boom, you have the speed come in, you lose your Zen immediately. And Slur, look at this, 60% up to that trance, and Hedon still working towards it, nearly 36%. So HSL already, they gotta know that they have a massive disadvantage. Cede a little bit more space, take the better later fight.
I mean, there is only a minute left on the clock. What the good news is the Shoes Money Crew do lose some members. They will not be victim to those overtime spawn times. So they can lose this fight if they really do want to just try to get to those ultimates, because it was so close on. But Pauly is going to go ahead and use that rally. JK's going to be back as soon as possible. He's going to be back with that Earth Shatter. You know, he's going to pretty much right now. That's where you see that fire streak coming from the back line as the Lucio for HSL FD God getting pretty crazy, getting pretty close to that Reinhardt. Does go down eventually. Shoes Money Crew get a clean fight there.
I was gonna say, HSL, what they should be shooting for is trying to put pressure on Shoes to force ults from the attackers. But FD God dropped a sound barrier, and now Shoes Money Crew can push forward no problem.
Oh, they're going to get more kills. Gustav might be on the kill feed, but that was more of a team experience there. So Pauly getting taken low is the only thing that was the bad part of that fight of SMC EU. They are so close to that yellow box of victory. HSL only have one shot. Earthshatter going to keep a couple people away. Great self-destruct combo with that Earthshatter. Going to take FD God out of this fight. They are unable to get onto the payload. Shoes Money Crew go up 2-0 on HSL in their first game of Overwatch Contenders Trials.
Ouch, feels bad. FD God made an angel with that self-destruct, and Shoes Money Crew, they were a hydraulic press. They did not let up the pressure at all, didn't take any of their advantages for granted, you know, worked it really well. The line between playing conservatively for the later game and, you know, keeping the enemy team uncomfortable.
And so I know someone who's probably felt a little uncomfortable waiting on the side is our resident expert, Panda. How are you doing?
I'm good. Y'all keep talking about Hedon. I think that we actually have to start looking at the other slippers on the other Zenyatta there. I mean, you take a look at Slur. I mean, he's been a standout player. I mean, following up on Shatters.
Hot, man. He is on fire, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Not just the name. Slur is S tier. It's like, this guy is crazy. Where did he come from? He just burst in, right?
From all planned with JK. So it's going to be a past experience, main tank to flex support. And that's what you're seeing there, especially in the overtime or the extra inning push from Shoes Money Crew there. I don't think Slur he had an assist on every single elimination on that opening push. Barbecue found that early dive and the early pressure was on. It was just an unmitigated disaster for the side of HSL, because they were trying to take too forward of a defense and they took too much shield pressure, and then that Discord orb came through, volleys. My goodness, Slur is absolutely a maniac, and that just sets everybody up wonderfully. We're starting to talk A10 about how good of a Zarya he is too. Charging those Gravitons, not in that final push. And this is where the composed veteran play is going to come into effect here, especially for Shoes Money Crew. They recognize these opportunities, they see the openings, and they'll press that advantage.
Because here's the thing with A10, like, do not get us wrong. He has been playing really well, but like, one amazing player does not a team make, right? We've seen this before with Atlanta Academy and Hawk, another really good flex tank player, and he was peppering in bombs all over the place. He must have had 10 kills in the series. It was crazy. But the rest of the team wasn't quite able to follow up, or they just, weren't in position or ready to put in that throughput damage. So I think, yeah, certainly while A10 is playing really well, we just got to see that coordination come through a little bit better. Yikes, FD God dropping that sound barrier when you still had almost a minute on the clock. Feels bad.
Well, the other thing is HSL is also not without Askoff as well.